Today we have an AFK XP strategy inside of directed mode. Now this one is fairly good and you can use it for anything that you possibly want. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the video. All new mastery camos like Singularity ASAP. Check out Mitch Cactus, the biggest and the most reliable name in Call of Duty. They offer instant delivery DLC codes like Monster Energy, plus lobbies delivered in under an hour. Everything is 100% safe and legit for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Trusted by the community and seen all over YouTube, Mitch Cactus has over 20,000 verified reviews and thousands of personal vouchers. Make them the go-to for all things Call of Duty and even other games like Battlefield 6. Use code SPAZO to save 5% off for a limited time only. So today we're going to be doing a XP strategy inside of directed mode. Now this one's actually really good and you could potentially AFK this. A few things I do want to address real quick before we do this. I'm pretty sure Grizz posted a video about this recently on YouTube, but I do want to say a lot of people have been doing this since the very launch of this game. So yeah, shout out to Grizz, but yeah, a lot of people have been doing this. So I don't really know if he's the founder or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Today, we are going to be having a little bit of fun inside of directed mode. Now, before we can do this strategy, we actually have to build the wonder weapon itself. So we have to go ahead and go through the entire process of building the gauntlet. But don't worry, if you don't know how to do it, you are easily directed in actually directed mode. It'll show you how to do it and tell you how to do it, so you don't really got to worry about that. But yeah, that's pretty much what we got to do, and then we can actually do this strategy. And I guess the nice thing is after we actually do build the gauntlet, we kind of get put in the position where we're on the round that we need to be. So it kind of works out pretty much good. There's power turned on for Blackwater. Now we need to go ahead and head over to Ashwood and get that turned on. That way we can go ahead and make our way over to Van Dorn Farm and get that turned on as well. Then we just have to push to round 7. That way we can actually get Uberklaus to spawn in, which doesn't really take too long. It's actually pretty easy. I definitely do recommend pack-a-punching your gun though before going over to fight him, because he can definitely be a pain in the rear no matter if you're on directed mode or not. But that's pretty much all we got to do right now. It doesn't really matter which way we do end up actually going. I guess we can pretty much just head up here. We do, or we had to repeat round 3. We ended it early, but that's no big deal. I guess just extra essence before we have to progress a little bit, right? It might even be smart to go ahead and actually get double tap before we do end up going and fighting Uberklaus as well, just to make that little boss fight a little bit easier, because trust me, I have went down to him, and he's not incredibly hard to fight. You don't really got to worry too much, but just come prepared with the right things. If you go to fight him with a no rarity, non-packed gun, you're gonna run into a little bit of trouble, so just be prepared. Alright, come on, Uberklaus. Bring it on, buddy. I can actually probably just Ether Shroud. We can shred him real quick. There is one core. There's the other core. We can reload. He's pretty much half-half. Now we can kind of just sit here and shred him. There we go. See? It's easy if you come with a pack gun. As well as double tap. But also the Nova line is a beast. So we can blame a little bit of it on that as well. Okay. Now we need to go ahead and head back over to Ashwood. That way we can go ahead and start getting Klaus going. And then we got to head over to the dome area. Bada bing, bada boom. This step is definitely pretty easy. It doesn't really take us too long to kind of get this done. Then we pretty much just got to go to the 3 power pumps, return it back to Van Dorn Farm, and we'll have our wonder weapon. So yeah, that's what we're going to do real quick. We're going to get this thing done, and I will see you guys whenever we are ready for the strategy. Okay, so we now have the wonder weapon. Now we need to go ahead and get this bad boy pack-a-punch. So there we go. Now we can actually, we don't even really need old Tessie anymore inside of this game since we're in directed mode. We can head over to Ashwood, and then from Ashwood we can head over to the Cosmodome with the rocket, if you don't know what the Cosmodome is. So you can just take kind of the little launch pad over here by double tap, and it'll take you right over there. Now, this strategy is definitely fairly cool. Again, a lot of people have been doing this since launch, like a lot. So, use it, right? It hasn't been patched yet, right? All you want to do, pretty much just come over here to this launch pad, right? I want to make sure we don't have many zombies chasing us. It's not really too bad, not really too big of a deal to get inside of it, but trying to show you guys as slow as possible how to get in it. We could actually probably just potentially Ether Shroud. So all you want to do is just come up here, jump up here, and then jump actually on top of this little portal and just kind of scoot back a little bit. And you'll come to a point where you kind of want to line your feet up, I guess, with the edge of that. And then all you're going to do is basically just spam your wonder weapon right there. But zombies can still hit you, right? The first one can. So you just want to make it a point that you kind of have your plate carrier and stuff like that, right? But we can go ahead and explode that. There we go. We can shoot another one. We can explode it, right? Bada bing, bada boom. And you pretty much can just rinse and repeat with the whole strategy, right? That's all you got to do, and then you're chilling. But it's definitely fairly easy once you do actually get the wonder weapon. That's kind of like the big gap inside of the game. You know, obviously you got to load in, you got to get the wonder weapon. I would recommend getting a vest, plate carrier, but from that point on, you can AFK this. I would highly recommend getting a 3-plate inside of your game, getting quick revive, right? So you regen health faster, you stay alive longer, right, with the 3-plate vest. It's going to make it a little bit easier for you. It's going to be a little bit less risky going to sleep with this going, right? But it is a very good strategy to do inside of directed mode to farm Gobblegum, to farm XP, to farm absolutely anything inside of zombies. Now, must remember, XP in zombies is pretty broken right now. I don't even know if it's the right word to say it's broken or if they just nerfed XP, because you don't earn much in zombies anymore. You know, compared to Black Ops 6, you earn very little in this game, right? So, remember that. If I was to do this strategy, I would probably do it at a point where I know my game's going to be going for multiple hours on end. Because if you just sit here and do this for 30 minutes, you're not going to earn much XP. You're going to earn the XP over hours and hours of time doing this non-stop, right? So that's what I would recommend. Obviously, you're going to earn more gums if you stay in game longer, right? So, bada bing, bada boom, you might as well do that. But, again, it's fairly simple to do. I would recommend just staying on the round cap of round 12. You can progress it to 15 if you want, but to be honest, I haven't even done that once in directed yet. So, I don't know how crazy the zombies are if some of these strategies would work, so I would just recommend staying on 12. You get a decent amount of zombies, you get a decent amount of XP per round, and it's pretty chill inside of the game. And in directed mode, if you haven't played this mode, if you haven't really, you know, played a lot of Black Ops 7, Zersa doesn't spawn, which is the bear, right? So you don't really got to worry about that inside of the game as well. But, yeah, fairly simple stuff. It's definitely a very good XP strategy to do inside of the game to grind everything, like I said. But that's really it for this video. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. I know you guys are trying to grind, trying to get back in the game. But there you go. Thank you so much for watching. If this did help you out, feel free to leave a like down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. I am out. Have a good one. Peace.